Hey everybody, it's Kyle here. Welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I want to talk about mental health, and um, that is because it's been brought up to my attention a lot lately, and it's been on my mind a lot lately. So I feel like that just is a good sign that it's something I should talk about. Um, and as someone with a disability, I have to be honest and say that I have struggled with mental health and just feeling that anger and sadness and maybe even a little depression. I was never medically diagnosed and I am no medical professional. So please, if you are struggling, reach out to family, a friend, a medical professional, whoever you feel the most comfortable reaching out to. Um, as a kid, I think I struggled a lot with sadness and anger because I bottled it up so much, and it weighed me down, and I didn't realize how much it weighed me down until I finally allowed myself to start talking about it and started releasing it to my family and to my friends and even to the internet. When you get something off your chest, it's very easy. It's a very freeing feeling for me. It's I said what I needed to say, and I can let it go, and then I put the ball in someone else's court, so to speak. So it allows me to move on to the next day, and hopefully that one's a better day. Sometimes it's not, but a lot of times it is. My biggest coping skill before I started talking to people and actually being honest about how I was feeling was music. I would just sing my heart out, and I still do when I don't feel like talking. Because even though I do talk more now about how I'm feeling, there are still some days that I just don't want to talk, and that's okay. So I'll turn on some music, and I will sing. Not very well, but I will do it, and I will either listen to rock music if I'm feeling really frustrated, or I'll do the opposite and listen to something like really light and happy. I'll listen to some sad songs and just feel that sadness, and then immediately switch it to something more upbeat, just to kind of get myself out of that feeling. But yeah, singing alone by yourself does a lot for me, and if you haven't tried it, maybe it'll work for you. I've also found that exercise has also been a very good outlet for kind of unpacking a lot of mental frustration, especially for me when I was dealing with the shoulder pain and the knee pain. And when you are in pain, that's kind of all you can focus on. So you're not able to see something nice and good happen sometimes because you're just so focused on, well, I'm hurting. And stretching and starting my exercise routine has really helped improve my physical health, which then in turn alleviates the pain, and then I can focus on something else. I can forget about it. There are still some days where I hurt more days than others, but since I have started exercising, I'm a lot more consistent in having good physical days, which then in turn for me leads to good mental days. And there's something just about turning on the music while I'm on the exercise bike and just going for like 20 minutes and then just getting that tension or energy out and moving on to the next thing. And I really didn't realize that how well I would feel from exercising, so that's why I wanted to include this and make this video, because you just have to, it's not that you don't feel the bad days, you just have to channel it into something more productive. At least for me, I still allow myself to be sad or frustrated on how certain things are going, but instead of staying sad, I find you know, let me exercise because that's something I need to do. Let me make a YouTube video. Um, Let me write it in my blog. Writing has also been really good because if I'm having a bad or good day, my Disabled Experience blog, which I will link down below, is kind of my life outside of cerebral palsy, because this channel is so heavily focused on CP. So the My Disabled Experience blog is kind of everything else and just how my day is going otherwise, and daily activities and just what I do during the day. And I used to doubt starting this blog because I thought it was a big time commitment because I've committed myself to doing it every day. But I find it relaxing because it helps me think about my day for what it is, and kind of, it's another form of releasing it, putting it on paper, good or bad, and sharing it with you guys. Sharing these videos and the blog has really been therapeutic for me because it helps. Because my biggest struggle as a kid and teen was feeling that I was alone in my feelings. So sharing my blog and these videos, I hope that I'm showing that you are not alone, and even though sometimes your struggle feels so individual, it can be very universal. And I think we need to talk about when we're having a good day just as much, if not more. We need to talk about having the bad days, because for me, talking about it helps me move forward from it into better days. So I think we just need to be willing to have conversations that are hard, because then we can feel better. We can stop wondering how things are going to pan out or how certain conversations are going to play out, and just have them. And then we can stop letting our fear get in the way of, what if this person's mad that I have this conversation? What if they're happy that you have this conversation? What if the conversation is necessary for both of you to move on and be better? That's what I would like to put in this video, is that it's okay to talk about how you're feeling. It's okay. I mean, I know society has this idea that we need to portray the good and the bad, well, the good mostly, and save the bad for behind closed doors and for by yourself. But when you're by yourself and you let things pile on, that's when you start missing the good things in life. I know I missed out on a lot because that's exactly what I did. I let it pile on, and all I could focus on was my anger, my pain, like my physical pain, my sadness, and then I started opening up to my family, and I made friends that could relate to what I was going through, because my group, not only just my childhood group, thankfully I had them, but when we grew apart and I got into high school, when you realize there are people that can relate to exactly how you're feeling, like, that is such a freeing feeling, and you can kind of unpack what you're going through with them, as opposed to if you don't want to talk to your parents, because with cerebral palsy, the only people that are going to understand what you're going through are other people with cerebral palsy. So I got extremely lucky in that aspect, that I have 5 of them, if not more now. That was in high school, but now it's like 20. So, don't be afraid to look for groups on Facebook, however you want to, build that community. But also just be careful about who you're sharing things with. Like, take the time to see if they're good people before you overshare, because I've seen that go bad. So, love yourself, and reach out to the right people, and sometimes it takes a while to learn if they're good people. So don't immediately rush, because I've seen that go bad. But I hope that this video, again, is in no way of me saying that I know how to deal with mental health in every aspect. But I hope these coping mechanisms, if you don't already do them, I hope maybe they are something that you can try, and I hope that it works for you. This video was originally for people with disabilities, because disability is a very powerful force that can either swallow you, like it was going to swallow me, or not. And that's why I was going to make this, because you have to find ways to make your abilities a lot larger than your disability, and that's what I'm trying to promote. We can do many great things, but this doesn't have to be just for people with disabilities. Mental health is important for every single person, so any of these coping mechanisms can work for anyone, not just those with disabilities. But I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next week. I post a new video every Tuesday. If you've liked what you heard, please subscribe, share with your friends. If you know someone that could benefit from this video, share it with them. And I will see you next time.